Hi everybody, my name is Juliana. I'm back to the channel and today we're going to be talking about life in other planets. I've been looking around Instagram and all over the place and seeing a bunch of things about UFOs, other planets. Is there a real thing? Can we reincarnate in other planets? Is there other planets with life? That's what we're going to be talking about today in the Spirits book. And to ask for your like and subscription and comment, I'm bringing here this cute little baby, this Eero, and he is just 40 days old. Such cutie, right? All right, let me let him go. So as I said, we've been seeing throughout internet a lot of things going on. NASA is releasing a bunch of things about UFOs, and I feel like they're preparing us for this big introduction to this new side of the universe, that we being a good spirits, and knowing a little bit about Spiritism. And if you have a little bit of sense, you can tell that we're not the center of the universe. We're not the only race alive, right? So we know for sure there are other planets with life. And that's what the Spirits book talk about a lot. And we're going to be talking about those questions today. So we're going to be starting in question 172, where Kardec asks the spirits, do we only reincarnate in planet Earth? And the answer is, of course, not. There's so many other planets that we reincarnate in. And mainly the reason is because Earth is in a specific evolution state, and only those souls that need to be in this state comes to Earth. So we reincarnate on Earth for a purpose, right? To live through Earth problems. Let's put it like that. So there are other planets that we reincarnate in, of course. So Kardec asks if it's possible to live multiple times in the same planet, like planet Earth, and the answer is yes, most definitely, and that happens a lot. And then he goes ahead and asks, can we then live in one planet and come back to Earth in another reincarnation? And the answer is also yes, if you still have things to do on this planet, right? So it's very much possible. And then he asks what probably you're asking, so oh my god, do we have to live on Earth again next time? Well, the answer is no. But if you don't advance, that's on you, because then you might go to a worse planet even than Earth, right? And then Kardec asks a great question that I would ask myself before I learn a little bit about Spiritism. So wouldn't it be better to just stay on the spiritual plane? And the answer is no. And that's because all our souls want is to fulfill our mission and get closer to God. And the only way to get to this point is to live through things, to go through the hard things, to the good things, to learn, to experience. And that's why we're here on Earth today, to experience things, to go to a higher level, to advance, to evolve. And then you might ask, do I need to go through every single world, every single planet, to then finally get closer to God, to this actual eternal happiness that we talk about, that many people talk about? And the answer is no, right? We don't have to go through all the planets, because not most of the planets, but there are a vast quantity of planets that are in the same evolutionary state. So we might as well stay for, 10 lives reincarnating on Earth. And this will do, because you every single time get a different perspective, right? You see in a different point of view. You get to be poor, you get to be rich, you get to be famous, you get to be no one. You get to have all the different experiences. So you don't have to go through different planets. Can I live in a world that is inferior to the one I live today? The answer is yes. If you remain still and not advancing, that would be a good opportunity to actually, get those steps forward. So if you don't advance, you might need to go to another planet, and it might be worse than the one you are today. And actually, you will gladly accept this mission because you want to advance. Once you're in the spiritual plane, you realize what your soul really wants. What do you really want, right? Not, for example, me, Juliana, I want to do some stuff, but once I'm on the spiritual plane, I remember all my life, all the true Juliana, the soul that lives inside of this body, and I know what I actually want. And then I'll gladly accept to go to an inferior planet to try my best to get 2 steps forward, since I didn't give any step in the previous life, for example. So are we forced then to reincarnate and to go to a worse place if that happens? And the answer is quite a yes. Let's say all the spirits that remain stationary, they will be forced to restart, right? To end up eventually fulfilling their mission. So yes, you can be forced, I guess. But most of this force doesn't really have to come from the superior, from God. It can usually goes with your own understanding. So you end up forcing yourself to give the 2 next steps, and then you will, like I said, gladly accept it. But yeah, I guess if you're not ready for this, you will be forced. So does that mean that in this planet, all the beings living here are in the same degree of perfection? And the answer is no, right? We have different degrees. I mean, you can just look around you and you can tell some people that are more perfect, let's say like that, than others. And in between those degrees of perfection, you're able to live here on Earth to experience the things that Earth can give you. Will you forget when you leave in another planet? You will leave all your intelligence behind. Will the spirits erase this intelligence so you can live in another planet? And the answer is, well, your intelligence will not be lost, but it will be manifest in different ways. That only depends on what body you chose to be born, or in the body you end up being, or in the body you end up getting. And the question everybody wants to ask: do other beings all over the universe, in other planets, do they have a body similar to our body? And the answer is that all beings have to have a body, right? We need this material body to inhabit the soul. So the soul can live in that body, right? It's like a present. So the soul is the inside and the wrap is the body. And in all planets existing, there are bodies. And then they differ in a matter of how much material the body is. So our body is very material. So let's say in another planet there is one that is less materialized and is less dense. There's another question, very interesting, that Kardec makes, and he asks the spirits if infancy, right, being a child, is need in all the planets. And the answer is that infancy, it is needed throughout all the universe, but it's different, right? So it's not the same way that we imagine, the same way it is here, or maybe a different period of time. Maybe it's just a lack of all the intelligence, right? Maybe it's the same body, but lacking a little bit of understanding. So it's different, but yes. And the last question is, can we choose the planet we're gonna live in? And the answer is clearly, it depends on your degree of evolution. So if you're enough evoluted to choose, you can. And that's mostly because you're gonna choose wisely. You know what you need, and you're not gonna try to skip a step or not going to a planet just because you don't think it's a good one. If you're in the right path, you will know what is good for you and what you need, and you will follow that to get close to God. And that's our most desired thing. That's why we're here today. That's why we're maybe not gonna be here tomorrow. That's maybe why we're gonna choose to come back tomorrow, right? And by tomorrow I mean reincarnating later on, not tomorrow. We are not dying tomorrow, hopefully. If you are, that's fine too, I guess. You'll be better. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. I hope you like this video. Oh, 1 second. So that's it for today, guys. This is the mommy of the baby you saw in the beginning of the video. She's so cute, right? She just took a shower, a bath, and that's it. I hope you like this video. Please thumbs up. If you don't like this video, thumbs up for her, for the baby from the beginning. Yes, I'm buying likes with dogs. And that's it. If you have any questions, please comment below. I'll come back to answer your questions, and subscribe to help the channel. Thank you. Bye.